Want to chat?
Yeah, sure.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
What's up, world?
What's up, world?
James says that that's a thing.
Let's go. I saw it from a movie that Jamie Foxx was in, and he got out of prison, and he was like, What's up, world? Like they were waiting for him, you know?
Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for being here. Today, we're going to talk about something really cute, I think, right?
Cute for you, maybe.
Exit all the guys who listen.
Yeah, straight up. For me, it's going to be a little bit different.
True. It's a cute idea, to be talking to you.
Yeah. We're going to take you guys back in time. It's going to be a blast from the past.
Yeah.
For your ass.
We're going to actually be talking to our 12-year-old selves, give advice, kind of sympathize maybe, or think about what would have been if some things were different, right?
Yeah, straight up. Definitely.
I think in this episode, you're going to be talking a lot more than me, but you never know.
I had a pretty interesting childhood, to say the least. That's an understatement.
Very full of events and occurrences.
You got really professional on that one, eh?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right. So, we're just going to kind of give our self-advice, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Tina.
Yes.
Let's start this off on a positive note.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell your 12-year-old self to do differently because of the things you know now?
Yeah, it's really difficult for me to answer the question because I was sitting here trying to think like, oh, what would I tell myself? Because realistically speaking, I didn't do anything wrong as a kid. And by wrong, I don't mean obviously nothing. I mean, I didn't really rebel. I didn't do anything bad like drugs, alcohol, partying, lying. I didn't do any of those things.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be bad. It has to be something that, when you were younger that you wish you did then that you that's affecting you now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe not be so sensitive towards things, which it kind of goes hand in hand with last time when we were talking. But yeah, I was a sensitive kid. I would get upset, or maybe even
what would you get upset about?
Everything, really. If I wanted to go out and no one else did in my family, I would be so sad. I would give options to my parents as to where to take me, and they had to choose one or two. And then when they would, I would be like, let's go to the third option after all that. I just loved going out,
So you
with
were
my family.
You were like a little shithead, eh?
Big time. Yeah, big time. And I was very demanding. That's the thing.
So what? You would change the fact that you were demanding?
Yeah, I wouldn't demand so much things of my parents to always take me out. I didn't demand things like products or physical things, but I wanted to go to the park and go to the pool and then go to the amusement park, go visit our family friends. And we did that. And my parents did take me.
Would you say you were poru?
Oh, yeah. I was a big time poru for my parents, not for others.
For those of you, Tina, why don't you explain to the people who aren't from Persian culture what poru means, or people who don't understand what it means? It's a funny word.
Poru is a really good word because it's in English. We don't have one word that would translate it to, but it's someone who just believes that everything they want should happen. So kind of I guess, is that selfish in English? No. I don't know.
Self-centered, maybe?
Self-centered, yeah. And also at the same time, if something, let's say they do that thing and it's not up to their standards and they would still complain about it. Just a bunch of different negative things all combined into one. And usually kids are like that,
Our cat's like that.
Yeah.
He begs to go outside. We take him outside. We bring him in. And then as soon as he comes in, he complains.
Yeah,
that he wants to go out
not
again.
Grateful. Yeah.
But when he's outside, he's complaining too.
Yeah. He's like,
That's
take me
poru.
in. I want to go eat. And then he eats. He's like, okay, now take me out. Very demanding. Kind of controlling, ungrateful.
You are?
I'm explaining the word Peru.
Oh, okay.
And you said, are you Peru? Were you Peru? Are you Peru? And I would say, yeah, to an extent, all kids are Peru because we don't understand boundaries, or being respectful at all times. So I would say I was a little bit Peru. Yeah, I was very like spoiled, I would say as well. Like my mom would take me everywhere with her and her friends would be like, ugh, here she is again.
So why would you change that though? Like why?
Because you asked me.
No, but nah, man. Okay. I dig a little deeper. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a deep dive.
Okay.
Okay. But what makes you think that you would like change that or tell yourself not to be those things now?
Because I probably made it hard for my parents, and it probably reflects still in my personality where I think everyone, like you, for instance, not everyone, but people who I love would have to take me out and wine and dine me. Like it's all about me. I want to go to the parks. Everyone, although I am coming across very, very like negative, but
no, you're not.
As an adult, I compromise. Like with my friends, I'm not the person who's like, I'm not gonna go there. Actually, never.
Yeah, you're definitely like Tina is very, very easygoing when it comes to like plans and stuff like that. Like she's not. You're very, very chill. Like I could just take Tina anywhere, and if she didn't say anything, you wouldn't really notice she's there. Because she's just chilling and going
relaxing,
with the flow,
chilling. Yeah, enjoying.
So, yeah, which is crazy that you're like that
as a kid.
You're like that as a kid, and now you're like that. Maybe you subconsciously knew that.
Maybe. Yeah. I honestly, that's why in the beginning I said I don't know, because nothing I did, even this was, I mean, you can ask, we probably should ask my parents, but I don't think it was to that extreme. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where like my parents were like, oh, I can't, unless my parents are just too chill too. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they are chill.
Yeah, like for instance, we would travel all summer because my dad he had a huge truck. He was a truck driver, and we would all travel, all 5 of us together all summer and go all around Iran and Iran, for those of you who don't know what Iran. And then, like, for instance, we're driving through these hills and I see these wild poppy flowers, the red ones?
Yeah.
And I would be like, oh, and I love flowers. My mom loves flowers, so she gave it to me. And I'll be like, oh my God, I wish we could stop so I can go pick some flowers. And my dad would stop his like 24-wheel truck, huge truck, in the middle of the road. And we would all get out. Everyone would come, I'm sure like Sina and Nima didn't love it.
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
Even they came. And my mom, all of us, like we have pictures from it, I gotta say, those are great memories I have. So hopefully my brothers do too, and my parents. But they would do that for me. Mm-hmm. Always. All of them.
That's good.
Yeah. So maybe I wouldn't be as spoiled. And you know how sometimes like...
Yeah, but you didn't turn out spoiled. That's the thing.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm spoiled in a sense where if you don't do this. But I can say that from some of our arguments... that maybe I come across as like, I don't know, like I demanded something of you and you're like, well, you shouldn't ask like that, And I'm like, what do you mean? You're my husband. Obviously you're going to do it,
Yeah.
But I don't mean to come across like that. So maybe those things would have helped. I don't know. I'm perfect.
Oh, actually, I know where it bleeds through. I know exactly where it comes through on your birthday.
Yeah.
Tina's birthday expectations are...
Yeah. They're never met.
Yeah.
They've never been met.
Because
by James. When I planned it myself, they were all met.
Yeah, that's because you can't disappoint yourself. You're like always going to be happy with what you plan.
Yeah, the weather always disappoints me because my birthday's in January and it's always snowing. Even in back home it was.
I keep telling her it's a sign. It's a sign to
James
lay off the expectations.
Yeah, like it's so rude.
Oh man.
When I enjoy my birthday a lot. It's like one of those people who like celebrate their birthday for like weeks, like 1 week with these groups of friends, 1 week with family, all this stuff. But I can say, and I think you can say too, that since I've met you, my birthdays have all been very like, what's the word for not unorganized, I guess?
Yeah.
Like something has happened. Oops.
I don't know. They're like unpredictable. Like you never know what's going to happen on that day.
And it's not even James's fault. That's the thing. Like weather, this, that. It's
it's
a joke.
One or two have been my fault. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, anyway, yeah, my expectations of my birthday has definitely gone down. But but I still feel sad on the day of. But I've noticed from my friends that they also feel sad on their birthday. Like it's like New Year's where your expectations, I know you don't care about New Year's, but a lot of people do. And then that day comes, if you don't have plans, it's so depressing. And you're like, oh. Well, like my friends tell me that too.
My 12-year-old self learned early just to not really expect anything because your expectations just get dashed every time you're expecting something to happen. So you just wait until the day happens and take it for what it is. Have low expectations. That's what I do even with travels, with trips. I don't get excited for trips. I don't even think about it till we're going.
No, you do.
Till we got to pack. Yeah, like I look, because sometimes I look for, I know what we're going to do, right? Yeah. I don't know. That made no sense. I like, because we're going to places that we've already been.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of what to expect, but I don't like get my hopes up like, oh my gosh, this is going to be an amazing trip, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just let it be what it is.
Yeah.
And enjoy it.
I guess it's so sad to know like you had to teach yourself that, oh, I'm going to be disappointed, so I'm going to lower my expectations as a kid.
It's not like something I wanted to teach myself. It's something that just happens to you.
No, I didn't say you want to. Yeah. Know? Yeah, I'm saying it's sad that that's what it was.
True. It's not nice.
So what would you say?
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's forget me. I'm not really... Cut that part out. Yeah. Let's just talk about you because it's more interesting for sure.
For me, I think the first thing I would have told myself is like, hey, listen, little man. Mm-hmm. You're 12 years old. Why are you smoking weed?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
I would have...
Why were you smoking weed?
Not done drugs. Because my dad hooked me up with it when we were 10. You know, he always smoked. He had a license
to grow. Like he gave it to you?
Yeah, I remember the time he gave me, passed me the joint to smoke.
And how old were you?
I was 10. And we were four-wheeling in his truck in the woods. And he was always smoking because he had brain damage. Mm. So he always had he had permission to grow like a certain amount. He always grew way more. way more. So
don't out him like that.
Yeah, it's okay. R.I.P. Dad. Yeah. R.I.P. man. He was a good man.
Yeah.
You know, he had his flaws, but he was a good man. Who doesn't? You know? Right? Yeah. You know, I don't blame him for that at all. Just want to put that out there. But yeah.
You don't, eh? You don't blame him for giving you drugs?
No, because you know what?
You would have done it anyway at some point.
Honestly, the things we were exposed to as kids, I mean, I don't know. We could get into that on another podcast, you know, my upbringing. But the things we were exposed to, we were kind of like, we grew up fast. Like we knew, you know,
what drugs were.
We knew what drugs were. We knew what was going on. You know what I mean? Like it was like, it felt like back then, like growing up in like the early 90s, like kids just knew, you know? Yeah. It's not like here, it feels like when I talk to people about like if they ever ask like when did you start smoking, and I was like, man, I was 10 when I first tried it. By like 14 I was smoking every day, you know.
Wow.
Every day, like during recess, you know, like take that in.
Not even like lunch, like in high school.
Yeah, like I was just high all the time, you know. 'Cause I'm high all the time. You know? Yeah.
So you don't blame your dad?
No, I don't blame my dad.
Like you don't think he shouldn't not have given it to you?
No, because you know what? Like in the schools I was going to, like kids were smoking weed still. You know, like I don't look at him and be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have gave me weed and all that stuff." But
that's the mentality that I love about James. Just a side note: he never plays the victim or blames anyone,
unless we're fighting.
For certain, yeah. With me, he does. No, like he could be blaming so many things on so many different people, the adults in his life, but he doesn't. Certain things, yeah, like logic things, sure. But like, you know, a lot of people could use that as a, what's it called? Like a clutch to kind of...
Crutch, yeah. You know, I did for like a period in my life, like up until I was 19. I think after, maybe 21, is when I kind of like shifted that. Because I stopped smoking weed at 19, and that didn't stop like voluntarily. Like it just happened. Like I've told Tina before, I got super paranoid. I almost jumped off a bridge.
Yeah.
Like literally I was about to commit suicide because my self-talk was so negative. You
know? It affected you in a negative way. And I've heard that happens. Like it makes people paranoid.
Yeah. But you know what? That was the best thing I could have done. But the only reason I say like I wish I could go back in time and tell myself that is that I know for a fact that I would have had more opportunities and I would have been more motivated to do more things.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, if you think weed is harmless, like it's not. It makes you complacent. It makes you chill. I get some people use it for medicinal purposes. I understand that. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, I was a vet. Like when like these people that I'm talking to that are like 30, 35 and they just start smoking weed. Like I was smoking that when I was 10 and I stopped when I was 19 because I realized the negative impact as a child. Yeah. You know what I mean? As a young adult. And I could see it in my grades, in my school, Like,
and they say it affects your brain development if you smoke it before 22 or 23. So, you never know. Maybe it's done some things to your memory because your memory is very like...
Yeah, like for sure. Like sometimes like...
It's not bad, I'm just saying.
No,
sometimes.
Yeah, it's not bad. But sometimes I really just I can't remember if I actually said it, and that's like 10 seconds later. I'm just like, what? I didn't say that. And I'm like,
I get the...
Yeah, you're catching it.
Yeah, I'm catching it. So you would tell yourself, don't do drugs.
That's number one.
Yeah. Okay, that's a huge one.
Yeah, for sure.
What's another one?
Well, let's talk. Do you have any more that you would?
No, I'm so interested to learn from yours, and maybe more will come to me from you. Because you have so much. So let's continue.
Actually, a big one, and I still struggle with this now, but is to not care about what other people think, Mm-hmm. And that was like a huge one because that was where like when I was younger, I got charged with like vandalism and break and enter because I was with these older guys and they had a cool idea that it was like it would be a fun thing to break into a high school and steal all the cafeteria food out of the vending machines,
Were you hungry?
No, I was
just
like
following
it was late at night, but I was just like, I was going with the vibe. Like, and so I took it upon myself to kind of kick things off.
Oh, so just to show off to the older kids.
Just to show off. So I threw the first rock, the biggest rock, and then no one else did it. So I threw it again, and then everybody else started jumping in. And then
I didn't know that.
No?
Is that the school in front of your mom's house or something?
Close to it.
You did this on Mother's Day or something?
Yeah, that was on Mother's Day. Yeah. Okay. So
a nice gift to your mom.
I didn't even realize that it was Mother's Day.
Of course, you're a boy.
I was just
out on the street.
Yeah. Yeah. So when that happened, we got away with it and everything. 6 months later, I think someone talked and then it got out and then we had the police came to speak to us and I never ratted anybody out. I knew like if you do something, you do it, man. You take the punishment with it. You don't rat people out. So I said, yeah, it was me, right? Like I threw rocks. I was there, I did my thing. And everybody else denied it, but blamed me because I was a younger cat. Wow. You know what I mean?
So no one else went away for it?
Nobody else got any punishment. I was the only one who got punishment. So I was 11 at the time when we did that. And then 6 months later, they had to wait till I was 12 before they could bring me into court to try me as like a junior youth or something like that, or a young adult, or I don't know. They couldn't charge me when I was 11. So yeah, I ended up getting 18 months probation with an 8 p.m. curfew. You know how bad it is? Like it sucks going inside at 8 p.m. in the summertime.
Now kids are inside all the time.
Yeah, true.
They're like, what do you mean?
I wish it was like that.
Why don't you just play games?
Yeah. Man, we didn't have games like that, Well, we did, but like N64, but man, you had to be from a good family to have that, you know?
For sure. Rich family, you mean?
Yeah, rich family. Have money anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it sucked. And then, that just kind of led from there. Like that kind of spiraled in. And, by the time I was 14, everything kind of cleared up. But like I tried to be cool, and look what it got me, These kids were not like, it doesn't pay to like look cool in front of other people. It's like some of the biggest regrets I have, even in high school.
Yeah.
And like even junior high and all that, was trying to look cool in front of other people. Like I'm not that person to like throw somebody under the bus. Like even now I think about some of the things I did or said in front of people when I didn't mean it to the other person, And I think back and I'm like, oh man, I wish I could find this person just to be like, yo, my bad. Cause like, in school, like that stuff.
You did that? Like you?
Yeah. Like there was like times like there's a kid that like, it's not like I didn't get along with him and I was bullied myself. You know what I mean?
So you regret that?
Yeah, that's what kills me too. Cause like I was on the other end of that. And, and like I didn't stick up sometimes for that kid. When I got to high school, that's when I really started like feeling it. Cause like if you were, I wouldn't take anybody getting picked on, Yeah. I mean, I did do that. I'm like, we're boys, right? We pick on each other, but I think I've reached out to a couple of the guys and said, yo, my bad.
Yeah, you do. You have been kind of doing that, like since I've known you, where you reach out to people. I guess you've done a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
No, it's not like that. You take ownership. I'm just joking.
Yeah, exactly.
You take ownership of what you do, and you hate leaving it just the way it is.
Yeah, you know what it is?
That's what I've noticed.
If I can tell anybody any kind of advice, if there's something that happened in the past that you have the opportunity to make right or give somebody a little bit of closure or peace on, like do it.
Yeah, you've done that even with like some girls from your past, right?
Yeah. Like what was it, like 2 years ago or something? I told you I was gonna message one of my ex-girlfriends and just told her like I treated her so bad, and I was going through stuff. It wasn't her fault, and so
you told her
That's nice. Like my apologies. Like I.
Was she nice?
Yeah, she was like, yo, thanks for. She's like, it's not as bad as you think, but I'm like, well, it feels pretty big,
Yeah.
But she's
Do
like,
you think you're a people pleaser?
For sure. I think I have that. Well, I think I have that tendency, So.
Yeah, like I feel like since we've been together, I've been able to kind of let James know that he is true. Like his heart is the most kindest. He's a good person. His heart is just gold. And I've made sure he knows that, and he knows.
Thank you.
Because I sensed where he just thought he was a bad person. And it was so confusing to me because I was like, and I remember telling you once, which he tells me and told me from then, that it was like a breaking point.
Christianity kind of messed me up on that a little bit. Kind of it helped me out a lot in life.
A lot.
But then it also gave me like this complex, like I couldn't do anything right.
That maybe you were a sinner.
Sinner, just always feeling pressure, in life. Yeah, you helped me out with that. She told me one day, she said, yo, man, you're a good person. You're good.
This is when we were friends.
I don't know. It just clicked. Yeah. That was a game changer,
Isn't that funny how you can change someone's life really by telling them. Like if you see a little bit of a doubt in them for themselves and you see how good they are, just let people know. But like, yeah, it's so interesting to me that you have these tendencies of like wanting to go back and tell people, oh, I'm sorry. Like the girl told you, it wasn't even that bad, but in your heart, you carry it so heavy, maybe.
Yeah. Growing up, like because like with like my family, that we were kind of moved around a lot. There was always like outside influence in our family, whether it be boyfriends or like friends of our parents taking care of us or babysitters that we grew close to. Like
that makes perfect sense.
So it's like, there's all these people in your life that
you need to like please.
You please or that come across, and it's like, I don't know. I always feel like people deserve better, if you've wronged, like I feel like everybody 100%. Deserves better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
better than what
if you
they
wrong
give
them.
Yeah, exactly. And the stuff they do to themselves too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's such a good quality to have. I try to let James know that with even all that, he's just an amazing person because he is. And I saw that when we were friends. I could see it the way he was with his friends, with his people who was his family, like he lived with and called them family. And to this day, they're very close. So to me, it was important for me to let him know because you carried a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like I don't know how this worked out, but like I was so lucky that you came into the store, you know, and we actually met. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like, I don't know what I'd do without Tina, you know, like where my life would be. Like I'd probably be like 50 years old. Like, what could I tell my 30-year-old self, you know? Find Tina, you know? Like, you know, I'm so lucky because that, like, you know, she keeps me grounded in that sense. And then she always puts me in check when it comes to like the imbalance of things. Cause like, especially when it comes to people pleasing, you know, like,
yeah, sometimes it bugs me because I see not everyone is as pure hearted and some people like to take advantage. So I have to be like kind of like a mama bear, you know, a wife bear.
Yeah.
Where I want to protect him and make sure his kindness doesn't take advantage of like by others. But no, you're good. Everything is good. Thank God we're surrounded by just really kind people, generous people. And it's good to have friends and family like that around us, which is great.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you would say to yourself, don't do drugs and people pleasing. Like don't care too much about what people think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like that. Yeah. Like don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay to be cool, man. Like, trust me. Like it's better, like in the long run and in the end. Yeah. In the moment for like, let's say anybody young listening to this, like, I'll tell you for a fact, like in high school, like I could see it early because I grew up fast. Like I had an apartment already on my own. Like when I was 16 you know, so I'm in grade 10 or 11 and I had my own apartment. You know, I was making my own food, making my own dinners, going to work after school. So it wasn't like I was just living the high school experience, you know?
Yeah.
So when I say it doesn't pay to be cool, it really doesn't. Like I was popular in high school. Like that was it. But the popular kids were not it to me. Like the kids that I enjoyed spending time with were like the outcasts, you know?
Yeah.
And
you were friends with all types of people.
Yeah, exactly. I was friends with everybody. But it was like, there's just, don't fall for it. It's okay. Do your thing. Do you. If you're popular, do you. Keep doing you, but treat people with respect.
Yeah, be nice to unpopular kids.
Yeah. If you're not popular, doesn't mean shit.
Yes.
Like it literally means nothing.
Stand up for people who are not popular or getting bullied, especially nowadays. Like bullying is so bad. It was there when we were in high school too. But here, like this is why this is kind of hard for me because truly I did not give a damn. I was not popular. If anything, I was part of a group of girls who we were from different countries and like we would just stick together. It was always us girls, you know? We didn't really have boyfriends or even friends within our group. If they were there, they were like our brother's friends or even people we knew from our communities, which was really nice actually because they would like look after us and stuff. But I don't know. I never, ever thought, oh, I should do this because then I'll be cool. Never even thought about it. So I can't, tell myself that. But I completely understand what you're saying. And it's just a waste of time to do something just so that other people can accept you.
Mm-hmm. Like I get trying to fit in. I understand it. You know, I went through it. But here's a culture. It's like
100%. But like if anyone needed to fit in, it was me. I didn't. No, honestly, when I came here, I went to grade 7 for like 2 weeks and then I got chicken pox from school. So I was home and then it was summertime. So I went to grade 8, didn't know English, didn't know the culture, didn't have even one friend. I would come home and eat lunch because I didn't have friends. You know what I mean? It took some time, but it's like if anyone understands fitting in, it's definitely me too. Like I'm not trying to take that away from anyone else.
Did it make you sad though? Like
that I didn't have friends?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't sad. I was sad because everything was different and I couldn't talk to people.
And you just left your home country.
Yeah. I was happy that we were back with my older brother because he left separately. So it was kind of nice. You know, we were reunited and we had so much family here, although we never got to see them that much, especially my cousins, because everyone was spread out.
Right.
Or had their own lives at that point because they were kind of like teenagers. But I was sad because the culture shock bugged me. I was very homesick more than my brothers because they got into sports and, you know, they met people faster than me. It took me a couple of months for sure in school. And then once I went to ESL, which is English as a second language, that's where I made friends and it was completely fine. But I could have, you know, I could have tried to make friends with cool people at school and did the things they did, which is in grade 8, they were smoking or wearing really weird clothes. Like I remember seeing things for the first time and I'm like, whoa, you know, that's so strange. I think it's the same
even in like university and stuff like that too, right?
Not as much as high school and middle school.
Like there's not like the cool. I never went to university.
No, not, I mean, my school is even small, but you don't get to know different people because it's so huge and like in one class there's 200 students.
So everybody's just doing their thing.
Yeah, everyone's, unless it's different when you live there. I didn't live at residence. I lived at home. But that's another thing. A lot of my friends moved to Toronto to live on their own and be away from home and like be free and have freedom. Because as a girl, especially Persian girl or cultured girl, your parents are afraid to let you go everywhere by yourself, rightfully so, I think. So a lot of the girls I knew, my friends and stuff, moved. And then after the first year, they came back. Like 70% of them came back because they wasted so much money. They hated being away from their parents. They were homesick.
Yeah, they just want to experience that though, right?
Yeah, so they did. And I'm sure they had so much fun. Like, again, none of that made me feel like I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Fair enough.
I did my own thing. I didn't care what anyone thought.
Yeah.
I think upbringing, obviously, as we are talking about it, it's clear. And we talk about this all the time together. Upbringing is so important, right?
Definitely. Upbringing is that's the main part of life. Like, that's like, that's a whole other topic, you know?
Yeah.
Like when we're talking about kids and that.
And my parents like trust. Yeah. I remember once I was going to say my parents trusted me fully. So I never really wanted to even disappoint them. They always trusted me. And it was never even a question for me to be like, oh, let me do this and see what happens, you know, see if I get caught. But one time James and I, back in the day, were talking about kids and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but it's hard, you know, these days. I would be so scared if my kids did something out of line, you know? And for him, it's like, yeah, they're going to do it. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't want them to do it, you know? If we are to have kids. And then he told me something. He's like, we're just going to do what Mama and Baba, like my parents did. We're just going to love them unconditionally and they'll be fine. That was so sweet.
Yeah, well, you guys are good examples, right? It's like, you see, there's 3 living proof, you and your 2 brothers, right? Like, that's just the fact. Like, you can see it, you know? And that's like...
Yeah, our parents gave us like unconditional love. There was never any condition on it, ever.
Yeah. It was a little different for me, and I'm sure some others.
By little, you mean a lot?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's what I mean for us. Like, I think it's good to look back.
Yeah.
And reflect, you know, the things that you could have done differently, and maybe you're still doing now. And, you know, switch it up a little bit, change it, or maybe it's good. Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
But it's always good to look back and maybe appreciate where you come from. Because I'm sure, like I don't know, do you look back and you think like, oh, I appreciate my past? Because I
for sure.
Yeah, I don't look back. Like I when I say like these are things I wish I could tell myself. It's like, yeah, I wish I could say that, but I'm not living in regret. You know? Like, it made me who I am now. I learned mistakes early. You know, I'm not learning in my early 30s. Like,
yeah, you experienced so much early on, so you have life experience, and that's why I think when we met, like, I saw those characteristics in you, and it was very nice to see, because at that time, no one around us really was even thinking like that. You know, I remember one time we were at your friend's like villa or cottage or whatever. We were all gonna have some food. And something happened where we said like, oh, I said something like, we're going to get married. Yeah, we're going to get married like soon.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is when we were like, I don't know, like 6 months into us dating after us being friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the guys, the boys there, they were boys. They were like younger than us at that time.
Yeah,
so
like a few years.
Yeah, a few years. So they were probably like 20.
Yeah.
Right? And they were like, whoa, James, did you hear what she said? Oh my God. Like they thought James is going to be like,
yeah, like I'm going to trip out on that. Like,
she's talking about marriage. And James was
on.
like, what are you guys talking about? Of course we're going to get
married. One guy
married.
even told me, he's like, yo, I'm never getting married. The man's engaged right now.
Of
like,
course.
I wish I had that recorded so I could just send that to him, you know?
Yeah. But, I think you brought up 2 good points for our younger viewers. Don't do things you don't want to do just because you want to fit in.
Yeah.
Ever to look cool or whatever. And never do it. If you want to experience it, fine. But if you don't do it. And also don't do drugs.
Yeah.
That's just simple. Simple things that will make huge differences in your life, right?
Big time. Big time. Like that's not an understatement at all.
Would you have other things to say? There's more, I'm sure, but we don't want to like keep going. But those are 2 important ones.
Yeah. There's other things, definitely. We can get on that topic like we'll have another episode based on that.
I feel like I should, in the next episode, interview James and he can tell you guys some of his life stories because they're so interesting. I'm sure everyone will enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. We'll do a part 2 to this.
Let us know if you want us to talk about James's some of James's stories. They're interesting. If you want to know him a little more.
Yeah. I got some funny stories, guys.
Yeah.
Like, some of the stuff you're gonna hear is just you'll think it's from like some comedy movie. Like the stuff that happened growing up was
so funny.
So weird too.
So weird, so funny, so scary.
Oh man.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't believe I'm dead. Can't believe I did the things I did. Like
yeah.
Or we did, like my friends and I. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. Seriously. We hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry I didn't have much to contribute, but I think I had some things.
No, you did. This is all about insight. This is all about us.
Yeah.
Telling you a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah.
And definitely comment on us on the podcast, guys, and let us know what you think. We're definitely open to some ideas. If you guys want to hear us talk about something, just let us know.
Yes.
We'd be more than happy to,
to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually really enjoy doing this, and not a lot of editing goes to it. So it's nice, right? Mm-hmm. Like videos where you have to edit so much. So thanks for supporting us.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Take
care.
Rate our podcast.
Yeah.
It means a lot to us. Share it with a friend.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you next time.
See you.